saw the feta and the cucumber come out of the bag.
Teen Chef Pro.
Okay, what do we do with watermelon?
This week's culinary curveball
Is a reality cooking show where Utah high school chefs compete for culinary college scholarships. And Braxton Gray thinks the show is a cut above.
I was really surprised when I walked onto the set the first season I was on there.
Know your ingredients.
He was a contestant on Teen Chef 2 years in a row.
It was a crazy good set.
Greek. We're going Greek.
With a crazy big budget, the show going on its 4th season cost at least $250,000 a year.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
And put down your knives and forks for a minute, because guess what? You, the taxpayer, are picking up the tab.
You vetoed a line item for a program called Teen Chef Pro.
In fact, Governor Gary Herbert was so concerned about Teen Chef Pro that he struck it from the 2016 budget. Later, other lawmakers put it back in.
I thought putting that money into more education in the classroom and training and teaching people to be chefs was better than funding a reality TV show.
These kinds of concerns prompted Beyond the Books to investigate. We got copies of contracts, invoices, and bank statements from the state. And it turns out the show and its companion piece, ProStart, a high school culinary training program, are both run by the Utah Restaurant Association and paid for by state dollars.
I just think it's ill-considered, and I don't think it's a wise use of taxpayer funds.
Representative Joe Briscoe has been stewing about the show for years. He says, how can a state that is 49th in educational spending waste money on a TV show?
Even in Utah, $250,000 is real money.
Who can take the heat?
And what's worse, he says, just 12 kids get on the show, and only one gets a
We
scholarship.
are nearing the halfway mark.
The money adds up to about $20,000 per Teen Chef Pro student.
I could do a lot of things for a kid for $20,000.
How do you put a price on creating self-confidence?
Mel Vasine is the president of the Utah Restaurant Association.
The goal is to let everyone know that wants to be in the restaurant or food service industry that you can get there.
But Beyond the Books discovered that the Utah Restaurant Association hired Real People Productions.
Who owns the production company who produces the show?
So that isn't a part of this conversation in terms of the economic value.
But I'd like to address it with you, if we could. I mean, who owns the production company
Who owns the production company?
that produces the show?
So that the production company is owned by Real People Productions.
And who's the principal of that organization?
Katie Sign.
And she's your daughter.
Yes, she is my daughter.
Mel Vasine hired her daughter, Katie Sign, to create the show. Sign says it is perfectly legal, and in fact, her daughter, she says, hasn't made a penny off the show.
And she gets no salary
She
for that
gets
at
no
all?
salary for that.
So Beyond the Books went back to the invoices for answers. What we discovered is the receipts for Teen Chef Pro are vague. This 2017 invoice for $83,196 includes one line. Another Real People invoice says in 2016, the director of photography was paid $18,500 for 13 days of work. We actually talked to him on the phone. He says he was only paid $7,800, a difference of almost $11,000.
And so you can see how lawmakers and maybe even the taxpayers might have a concern about what looks like potential nepotism.
You know, I don't know in terms of what people might think.
Canned diced tomatoes, little smokies.
This may not pass the smell test.
The cost to it, was, I thought, extraordinarily high for the benefit.
Tonight, the governor and many in the legislature have grave concerns about Teen Chef Pro. Who does it benefit? Who gets paid? And is the show good for all 1,300 students in the ProStart program?
We have nepotism laws on purpose.
It's good for the kids,
It's good for the kids.
but only 12 kids.
It's good for all the kids who view it.
I think we're benefiting 12 students when that money can be used to benefit far more.